if I told you that your scale is the least accurate and least motivating way to measure progress after age 40? As an ER doc and health coach helping hundreds of men, I've discovered far better ways to track your body and overall health. So in this video, I'm going to show you the top metrics you should track instead. Quick, accurate, and make success truly clear. Look, I get it. Most guys step on the scale first thing in the morning hoping that they have some kind of big win. But when the number barely moves, or worse, it goes up, even when you've been eating clean and hitting the gym and everything goes right, and then you start thinking, what's the point? That frustration kills motivation super fast. But here's the truth no one tells you. The scale doesn't measure what you actually care about. Fat loss, muscle gain, energy, how your clothes fit, anything about your actual health, or how confident you feel shirtless. It's just one number that alone means next to nothing. And that number can swing widely based on water and sleep and salt and stress and bowel movements, none of which have anything to do with real progress. In fact, I've worked with guys who gained 5 pounds on the scale while losing 2 inches off their waist and getting visibly leaner. So was the scale lying the entire time? Personally, my weight will fluctuate between 150 and 180, and I have looked shitty and great at both ends of the spectrum. So here are the 4 metrics you should actually be using instead of the scale. Number 1, the mirror never lies. If you really want to know whether your plan is working, stop stepping on the scale and start looking in the mirror. And no, I don't mean obsessively daily checks where you flex your abs under perfect lighting. I'm talking about consistent, neutral progress photos taken once a week, or really looking in the mirror objectively. And here's how you do it right. The same day each week, say Sunday morning, the same time, ideally first thing after waking and post bathroom void, same lighting, same angle, same shorts, front shot, side shot, and back shot. In fact, if you go to work with a personal trainer, this is exactly what they're going to make you do on a weekly basis. Why does it work? Your brain doesn't notice tiny changes day to day, but side-by-side photos over time reveal real fat loss, visible muscle gains, and actual results. And the best part, unlike the scale, photos don't lie about what really matters, how you look and feel in your own skin. I've had guys tell me they weren't making progress until we pulled up their day 1 photos and put it next to their week 6 photos, and boom, jawline sharper, waist is tighter, posture's better. That's the kind of feedback that keeps you going. Number 2, step on the scale. Now you're probably thinking, wait, WTF, didn't you just tell me to stop using a scale, you idiot? Yes, and I stand by it. I'm not talking about your typical bathroom scale. I'm talking about using a body composition scan, something like a Hume Body Pod, a DEXA scan, or an in-body device. These don't just spit out a single number. They break your body down into different sections. Body fat percentage, lean mass, visceral fat, water retention. DEXA scans do bone density as well. And why does this matter? Because your weight alone is useless. 2 guys can weigh 200 pounds. One looks like a linebacker and the other one looks like a dad bod gone wrong. So what matters is what makes up those pounds. And if you're working to get leaner and stronger and healthier, tracking fat versus muscle is the only way of knowing if your plan is actually working. And I mentioned the Hume Body Pod specifically. I've had this company reach out to me to do a collaboration. Maybe that's coming soon. I don't know. But I've been using this scale for a while. And the thing with the Hume Body Pod is it uses electrical impedance through your feet and your hands. And it's 98% as accurate as the DEXA scan in an in-body. And it only costs a couple $100 and you can have it in your house. It's the size of a scale, goes right in your bathroom and fits in like any other scale would. But it gives you a ton more information. It shoots it all to an app on your phone so you can see the trends and progress over time. It also gives you recommendations on how to change things. It's absolutely impressive, and that is not sponsored. I don't have any affiliation with them as of yet. Okay? If you don't want to go purchase one of those for a couple $100, you can probably schedule with an in-body or a DEXA scan in your area pretty easily, usually $40-50, something like that. You can check it maybe once every couple months. Look, I've seen guys drop like 10 pounds on the scale and lose muscle in the process, and I've seen others gain 3 pounds but look completely shredded because they built a ton of muscle and lost fat at the same time. So if you want real clarity, get scanned once a month, every couple of months. You'll get hard data that actually means something and that gives you motivation that you can actually trust. okay? Getting a complete picture of where your health is at and where you want to go and how to get there can be super confusing. You're already exhausted from your job and your family life and your kids and school events and mowing the lawn and all this other BS that comes with being a middle-aged guy, and you don't have time to dig through all the bullshit to get your health back on track. Lose fat, gain muscle, increase your sex drive, and feel young again. I get it. And so that's why I did it for you. So if you want to join me and a massive crew of other guys just like you getting back their health, you can check it out. There's a link in the description below for the tribe, our private community. Join up. Can't wait to see you there. Number 3, HRV. HRV is the hidden vital sign of men's health, also known as heart rate variability. If you've never heard of it, HRV is basically a snapshot of how well your nervous system is functioning and, more importantly, how well you're recovering. I could literally do an entire video series on HRV, but it is in its most basic form. HRV measures the beat-to-beat variation of your heart rate. So if you've ever seen an EKG with all of the little, ups and downs, the two top points, your R waves, it measures the difference between those from beat to beat, okay? Basically, a higher HRV means you have better flexibility between each beat to beat, which means better recovery, better stress resilience, and yes, better hormone health. A lower HRV means you're likely overtrained, overstressed, under-recovered, or on a fast track to burnout or getting sick. And here's the cool thing. HRV is literally like a fortune teller. It often tanks days or even weeks before symptoms show up. So if you're waking up tired, dragging through workouts, not seeing progress, your HRV was probably waving a red flag long before you noticed. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how amazing this is. It literally freaking blows my mind. I have been tracking my HRV for a couple of years now, and it will predictably tell me when I am about to overtrain and when I am about to get sick. And it is scarily accurate. I don't care about the day-to-day fluctuations, but if you see 3 to 4 days of downtrend, you better pull back the reins because something is coming, whether it's illness or you are overtraining and you need to taper back, all right? If you're on an uptrend or you're doing really steady, that means that you can push it and you can go harder because everything looks good. Guys, it is amazing. Give it a try. I personally use the Ultra Human Ring. It's very similar to the Oura Ring, except that you don't have a monthly fee that the Oura Ring charges, but you can also track your HRV with a Whoop, a Garmin, an Apple Watch, which I was using before I got the ring, or plenty of other fitness trackers out there. The key is being consistent. Track it daily and look for trends, not the day-to-day noise like I mentioned. And no, this isn't just for, your elite athletes. If you're a busy dad, overworked professional, or you're pushing 40, tracking HRV is one of the smartest ways to know when to push harder and when to pull back and recover. This is literally next level self-awareness, and it is exactly the type of tool that gives you an unfair advantage if you're 40 and beyond. Number 4, the Morning Wood metric, your built-in health report card. All right. It's time to get a little personal. One of the most underrated and completely free ways to check on your hormonal health is dead simple. Did you wake up with a boner or not? I'm serious. Morning Wood isn't just some leftover teenage nonsense. It's a biological signal, a real-time barometer of your testosterone levels, your circulation, your nervous system function, and your sleep quality. When guys tell me they haven't had a morning wood in months, that is a huge red flag. Something is definitely off. It could be their stress, it could be sleep, it could be their testosterone, it could be their cardiovascular disease, could be all of the above. The penis contains tiny blood vessels that are often the first to get blocked in atherosclerotic disease. This is an indicator that you may be on your way to a major heart complication in the future. There are other reasons for erectile dysfunction as well, like stress and anxiety and hormone balance, etc. But if you notice this signal, it's time to start digging through the potential causes and fixing it as soon as possible. But when it comes back, that's usually one of the first signs that your system is firing normally again. You'll have increased energy and confidence and sex drive, and all of that follows from there. So if you want a no-cost, no-tech, zero-effort way to track progress, just ask yourself every morning, wood or no wood? It's not the most scientific method, but it is one of the most telling. And you better believe I ask every one of my clients about it. Track it, pay attention, but when it's missing consistently, your body's trying to tell you something. So here's a quick recap. Forget obsessing over the numbers on a basic scale. Track what actually matters. 1, mirrors or photos. 2, body composition scans. 3, HRV. 4, morning wood. These are the real signals that you're making progress, even if the scale says otherwise. If you want help dialing this in and knowing what's normal versus not, join my newsletter or private community below and get access to deeper strategies. And hit that like button so YouTube knows this is the kind of content men actually need. Until next time, guys, keep moving.